All right, we're live, I think. We're live.
We're live.
Hi, guys. We just did a Podbean transmission on Soul Code 93, and it was all about AI devices that we hold inside us. I've been seeing these little bug-type energies since I was young, and on the healing table here, I help people hold space so they can let go of that stuff. So the transmission was on Soul Code 93, 37, and 73. Yep. And it was really, really intense for me holding that space.
Yeah, it was one of the bigger energies, bigger for want of a better word. But I've sat with you in channel quite a number of times now, and that was so different.
Yeah.
There was so much going on all at once. It was realms, within spheres, within games, within constructs. It was just everything. And the team that was here was incredible.
It was beautiful. Yeah, there was 5 main Pleiadian guides that came in. They were really, really close, holding space. But what I felt throughout it was this, from within my soul, my higher soul and oversoul, the angelic selves that we are was just streaming right through us. So it was definitely, if you're going to have a go at doing that transmission, it's about holding your sovereignty. And if you really feel ready to purge on that deep level, it's facing your deep, dark shadows.
That's right.
And where the human body has been attacked by ancient galactic AI bugs that get in under our tissues and in the spaces inside us. It was a multi-dimensional purge. It wasn't just targeting one particular bug in us. It was everything. And it comes from, because these bugs, they can't attach to you if you're in a stream of pure unconditional love. So the transmission was about getting us aligned with that truth, physically, mentally, emotionally.
And there were certainly the aspects we're here in the room as well too. However, the lighter team, had it all in hand, but there was some resistance and, the energy that is attached around these AI implants and that as well too. It was, but it was so beautiful in the sense though. It was quite beautiful though, because when that was actually being released in that time when it was all happening, there was just such a beauty and a lightness that I could hold, that I witnessed as that was moving through and moving on, and just the energy. And even where in that part where it was about the fleeing, like if you're not ready for it, if they're not ready for it now, they'll either flee or go to the light. There was so much that I witnessed and felt that actually made the choice in that moment to move on.
And that's it. This is how we release those bugs, any illness or disease, or if we feel like we've been attacked by something like an AI device. For those of us that are light workers, you'd be aware of all of this, or whatever word you want to call yourself, starseed. There's so many, they're just labels and they don't mean anything, because we're all light workers, really.
We're all fabulous.
We're all souls. And even these so-called entities that are playing the game on the other side, the whole illusion is set up like that. So these beings, a lot of them, the ones that initially even came up with the idea of AI bug, playing the game of duality and wanting to attack people, a lot of those beings are actually ready to move on. That's what's happening. We're in the great awakening of the universe, and they are ready. And when you sit in that space of love and you feel that, they'll all come around you. The ones that are ready, they'll be like, oh, okay, yep. And they almost are reminded, and you get to heal them as well. You're not just healing yourself and removing that, but you're reminding them, you're mirroring to them that love. So any being that is not ready for that, they will just flee. And then when you're in that space, you'll no longer attract that little bug energy to it, because they'll have nothing to stick to. And that's what the transmission was about, being in that slipstream of light and love, and no shadow can stick to that. You know?
And keep in mind the universe within the construct, the duality, is still always trying to find balance with the light and the dark. So that just plays directly into that without going into judgment about light or dark.
Yeah.
It's just trying to find its balance all the time, recreating through that.
Yeah, always finding balance.
Always finding
I feel
balance.
really balanced now. A
I
little
do
bit
too.
like,
yeah.
relaxed after that one. So this is, I'll just show you up close. That is Soul Code 93, and just sort of starting to remember what this one really is about. It's in the what you'd call the higher sector, or in the plasma energy. So if you look at the universe like a spiral, 93 is right up towards the top of the spiral, and it has a strong correcting energy. Anything that is of plasma light, when it comes to it, and there's obviously a moment of magnetizing that too, but when it's in that vibration, it is like a slipstream, and it's slippery. Energetically, it's slippery. But these little bugs have impregnated into us, and even before conception, they've been through humanity. They've been around for a long, long time. They suppress us, disease, illness, pain, inflammation. Usually inflammation is what they are very good at.
Mm.
And there was talk in the transmission through the channel of the three-eye atlas that is in the sky at the moment.
Yes.
So I've been tuning into that early through the night and early hours this morning, and I had this episode early this morning, and that's how I knew. I was obviously preparing for the transmission that we just recorded. That is already uploaded as well on Podbean, and on YouTube you'll find it. We'll have Soul Code 93 there. I can't remember exactly what I called it now. I only just wrote it down.
Purge, something about
purging. Yeah,
purging.
Pure purge. That's right. So when I first went into this transmission, and it did feel like the biggest one I've done yet. It was like Rach was saying before, it was multi-dimensional. There was portals opening everywhere. But the whole idea was to stay in that pure part. So it's a pure purging, meaning you open up the purity of your heart. And when that purity is flowing freely through you, those little sticky bugs, even think of a virus or anything like that, any dirt, sludge, grime.
Yes.
It can't stick, and it starts transmuting and dissipating and losing its grip. And it's not about going, oh, yuck, I don't like you, get out of my body, and throwing it somewhere out there. It is about embracing it in that pure unconditional love and helping it to transmute and transform and correcting it back to its light, true, pure self, because we are all of source and we're all pure and true.
That's right, and creating an environment that it can't sustain there.
Yeah.
There's nothing for it to stick, as Simi said.
Yeah, even on a physical level. So this is happening en masse at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, our bodies have been purging the last few weeks immensely. I've had this rash all over me where I have been getting rid of Code's genetic stuff as well from usually my father's side of the line mainly is where I've got a lot of that lung stuff that I had when I was younger, chronic bronchitis. And so my body I've got the bizarre rash coming out. My body is purging. This is happening to everyone all over the planet at the moment. And that what is it called?
I don't know. It's A31. What's it?
3i. That's what it
Atlas.
is. 3i Atlas.
That everybody's talking about.
3i Atlas
Just recently.
is helping to stabilize this purge. There is so much light coming to the planet, and where it's not just coming to the planet, it's actually opening from within us. It comes from in the central core of who we are, and I've got this rolling energy that is going through my body. It's like layers and layers and layers. I know for me personally, that's what's coming out in the skin. It's like I'm shedding, but the amount of light that my body's holding, it's too much for my physical body at the moment. So my physical body's playing catch up to the lymphatic system, and that's why the rash is all sort of around this area, is trying to expel.
Yes.
So the transmission was to support this expelling and to help us.
And there's that beautiful energy. If you think about whales, and when they're actually singing their song through the lines, and that sonar and that sonic that comes out, and it's just like this vibration that comes out, and it's very soft and it's very gentle, but it's in its power. That's kind of like how the energy from that atlas, but also from that transmission, and what I could see, it's just like filtering up through the body and coming through like in this sonic and pushing up the purge and the evil. It's my joke for it. But gently supporting, moving it out of the body that way through that frequency instead of like a slam.
Yes,
so that's how it's gentle, but so powerful.
Oh,
so powerful.
And that's where so the Sananda energy, Brother Jay, Jesus,
yeah,
JJ, and Sophia Christos energy. So there's a lot of Christ light energy in this transmission and support. And the Pleiadians, there's 5 Pleiadians, and they're really, really important. So they're all working with the pillars of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit that we have in our physical body. So there was a lot of balancing going on, a lot of opening and closing of all of the elements in our physical body. And that wasn't explained in the transmission, but that is what they wanted to talk about now.
Yeah.
And the importance of supporting our physical body over the coming months, or even coming years, because what we're in at the moment, we're at the timeline for these, we're looking like right up into 2028, even into the beginning of 2029, where we're still going to be physically purging a lot of density and illness from the physical body, especially if you have had lots of immunizations, and I had them as a kid, and so or if you've had illnesses, if you've been sensitive to that attacking energy, if you've had lots and lots of lifetimes, which a lot of people on the planet, a lot of people that have been doing this work for a long time, that are feeling tired and exhausted. We call
holding so much.
The original star seeds of Earth just keep coming back and back again.
First wavers
of the universe, even, or second or third wavers of even the creation of this universe. I have memories of the creation of Earth and other realms, even that weren't even created when I first came in here. And I know Rach has too. So it's but what we are going through now is exciting. It's hard and it's tiring and it's taxing physically. The physical body has been heavily attacked and abused. Yes, in all ways, and a lot of these little AI bugs that have been on the planet for a long time, they are so clever, because what they do is it's preconception. So they work with the sperm and the egg even. They get translated from generation to generation, and they create these tiny little sacs full of millions and millions and millions of egg-like energy. They're not just eggs. And then how they clever are is they're not just little bugs of made up, like little robotic bugs moving around your body. They don't work like that. This is why they're so clever, and why the Pleiadians want to talk about this, is they go into the biology, they go into the cell itself, and they work a lot with the fluid that sits in and around our tissues, and they embed in underneath in the spaces between tissues, and that's where they lay their eggs, and they create distortion and illness through the fluids of the body. So this is where inflammation. So inflammation is that's their goal. That's in a nutshell. They want to create inflammation in the body because inflammation is illness. It suppresses us, it puts us down, it creates brain fog, it makes us tired, it makes us not want to get up and do things or be reluctant to follow our path, our dreams.
That's right. And fluid's also easier to imprint than it is actually the physical muscle. So that's why they go into sit within that fluids and those space in between.
Yeah.
And it can move, and it's faster for them to communicate.
Faster, yeah.
Communication.
Very, very clever, and like I said, undetectable by a microscope or anything like that, or even to the naked eye.
Smaller than the nano.
Yeah, smaller than the nano. And so you may not have any AI bugs in you, but you will have the residue or the eggs of what has come from your family lineage, because it's been everywhere on the planet. I don't think there's not one physical body, unless you've got all 12 strands of DNA firing. Well, that's
it's just part of the setup.
It was what we put our hand up to come here and experience. And it's been a wild ride, but right now is the good times, because it's the time to wake up and remember who we are. And that's why Rachel and I have gotten together, and we're opening up the Remembrance Temple. Remembrance Temple, a space online and well, pretty much online. Well, you're in person if you want to. Yes. If you're in the area where we are.
Yeah.
To help support you through the soul codes and there's so much work that we're doing together.
Beautiful work. Sacred work. Sacred work.
And
it's beautiful.
And fun.
Lots
of fun.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Or working with the waters, and we're just about to go to Uluru.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there'll be more on that later.
To do something.
Can't talk about that yet. But the whole point of this was for anyone that has done the transmission, the pure purging Soul Code 93, because it's a big one, and we just wanted to explain a little bit more about what it was and why we did it. Yeah.
It was a big one. I think need to say more, something to do with the Pleiadians.
Yes.
Within that.
Yeah, there's more there. There's more to talk about.
Yeah, there is, on that note. Yes.
So what I'm getting right now is that all of those little doorways that open, you might want to have, if you haven't done the transmission, probably do the transmission or do the activation and then listen in to this, because there's there's these little portals that open everywhere. And when I do a soul shaman facilitation with someone too, and this is what happens when bugs and entities are wanting to be removed and purged from the body, they do come up, they hiss. So if you are someone that is quite visual or sensitive, don't be scared if you've got this dark energy hissing at you, and even your own shadows in yourself, as they remove, they hiss. It's a fear energy. It's like, how dare you remove me? I'm doing my work here. It's also a tactic of them trying to bring fear up, because that's the only way they will either reattach or they can stay where they are. And we want to open up the light inside us, shining the light on those energies and those entities, and then so there's a sound. It's Daryl next door. He's just doing something with his car.
With his tinny, I think. Or something.
Tinny. Oh, I think it's the tinny on the roof.
Yeah.
It's okay. It kind of goes with it, doesn't it?
Perfect. It goes with it perfectly.
Because it is full on when entities are being removed. It is, and the only way for them to be removed, and the only way to help them, is to give them unconditional love. So there's no judgment. You just tell them that
That's
they are
right.
loved, for they are really, truly loved, but they've forgotten that they are of that vibration. In the transmission that we just did, there was portals open. So a lot of the time, these entities and these energies, or these bugs, these AI bugs, or whatever they are, they're fractalized, they're fragments of broken up bits of soul that have been distorted. They're not whole souls. They're just, it's like residue and bits and pieces that still has like an AI motor in it.
Just memories.
This is memories.
Imprinted
So
memories
it's not, yeah.
as well.
But what happens is there are other souls in other realms, in the galactic realm, and even on Earth, beyond the ice wall, and other places that are feeding these energies and almost controlling them to a degree, keeping an eye on them. Now, what happens is when someone like us, or like you, is ready to remove that or really confront that, these beings will open up a portal and try and come in and distract you and stop you and make you feel fear, or try and find a loophole somewhere in the back of your head, or somewhere that's going to deter you from what you're about to do.
Correct.
But the only way, and there's only the only way you can get through that, is to stand in pure love and mirror that to that entity, no matter how much they're hissing, no matter how scary they may be looking. Or as soon as you start feeling, if you're in a space of fear, that's where you close the door and just ask for extra protection.
That's right.
Don't attempt a removal if you're in that space, because it won't work. It can make things worse, or it's not the right time to do it. So it's all about being in that space of pure unconditional love and standing in your sovereignty and going, hey, that being has no right to touch you. No right. And you just lovingly remove this energy and go, that's yours, you can have that. That's yours, you can have that. And what happened though in this transmission was there were portals opening everywhere. There was bugs on bugs, entities, beings.
I was very busy.
Very, very busy. And then all of those portals, as the light, once you open that pure space inside you and let that move, and there's 5 Pleiadian beings that will be with you when you do this transmission, or that were with you if you've already done it. And they will really hold that space. They understand how this works. Those 5 beings have been with me and taught me since I was in my early 20s how to do this entity removal. And so they will be with you through that transmission. And not just them individually. There might be, there's groups of them, but you're safe and protected.
That's sort of, absolutely, and that's what I was just about to talk about. I've had so many experiences over the last 40 years, it would be now, young girl, and constant attacks, like even to the point where I could physically feel them, and high-pitched noises. There were so many different ways that they would come in. And of course I was frightened, terrified, but I always called on Brother Jay. Even before I called in Brother Jay, I always called to the light. And you will come out of these experiences at times still feeling that fear. But what I'd like to share with you is, even in those moments of fear and those experiences, because I imagine a lot of people have had them as well too, is you are always safe, as Simi was just saying. And that's the thing that I just wanted to share.
Always.
Nothing can hurt you. It cannot hurt you. It'll feel like it's all about to end, and the level of fear is off the charts, which I understand completely and thankfully no more. And the thing is too, while you're actually in the heart and working on your light and dispelling a lot of the separation thoughts that you may have, that's where they'll rear their head even more. I would find that when my light quotient was at higher, at times it was like a DEFCON 5. It was like, send them all out to Rachel now. She's lining up. Let's go. Boom. And in they come. But I'm still sitting here. So I guess the point that I'm making is that will always be safe.
Nothing
Nothing can hurt you.
Nothing can hurt you.
Nothing will be threatened. Nothing
unless you want to experience being hurt, and you wouldn't be listening to this.
No, that's right.
And you're probably listening to this, and you've had similar experiences.
Absolutely.
And if not consciously, you would have in other ways and other times. We chose to experience a universe of duality. So you have played the shadow and you have played the light being, but now is the time within you that you are here and drawn to this type of work because you're ready to make peace with that. You're ready to ascend that energy.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do that is by sitting in that pure loving space. It's the Christos and the Sophia light. It's the energy that surrounds the whole universal sphere and the central pillar of light. That's what Christ's light is. It's in you. You're made of that energy. And you are the Sophia energy too. That's the surrounding energy. That's even why we have that toroidal field and the aura that surrounds us. And our soul architecture is trying to reactivate in our physical body. And the Pleiadian body workers are extraordinary in their field with biology. Now, right through the universal stream, you only get biology in two spheres or two realms of the whole universal game. There's 12 major games that sort of play out, but Earth being the densest one. So our biology is really distorted, but in the galactic realm, which sits above the Earth realm, and there's many portals and the dimensional spaces, but I'm not going to confuse you there. Let's just say this realm, this realm above our realm, this is where the Pleiadians come from. And it's Pleiadian, you have Pleiadian genetics in your body. Every human body does. And there's other genetics where we're mixed genetics.
We're seeded from the stars.
But we are in a biological body that appears to be alive and then die. It's not your soul body. But what we are attempting now is to have our soul architecture, that's source energy, 100% be animated in our physical body. And this is why, and this is directly linked, the Pleiadians are saying right now to 3-eye Atlas. I've got it right. 3-eye Atlas is a energetic, I'm just going to call it vibration, that is moving through our skies from the galactic realms. It is a mixture. There are so many beings that have formed that vibration, and it comes from the upper angelic realms. That's come right through all of the realms, and it's been engineered very specifically. And it's not only helping to heal distortion in the earth realm, it's also helping to clear distortion in the galactic realm. And this is the most important point that I'm being shown now. And because these AI entity distortions that have distorted the physical body have also worked with distortion throughout the galactic realm on heat. So we are correcting it. Those of us that are ready, stationed here on Earth, some are stationed in other realms and other places, but we are a huge team of beings that are helping to reverse engineer distortion. Because an AI vibration is just a tool. It was a tool that was created because a soul had lost its vibration but still had enough intellect to understand that they could create something that could mimic and work in a way that would mimic a soul.
Yeah.
But nothing can mimic the soul that you are. Nothing can take your light. Nothing can dispower you. You are ready to awaken. You are ready to remember who you are. And all of these little entities and energies that are being corrected, they are being corrected through multiple layers in your physical body, in your biological body, so your soul can click in. Now, the joints the Pleiadians are saying are really important. So a way you can physically support yourself at the moment is to take yourself outside on the grass or down the beach. Do a lot of rolling through the joints, a lot of deep breathing, shaking even will help. And if you can do this by holding that space of truth and purity in the core of your body while you do it, you will start to unfold that pure soul architecture into your cells, and that will further create that slippery stream of light that no shadows can stick to. But it also will keep bringing up any underlying distortion or shadows in your body. So physical self-care is really important. Really good structured water, put a bit of sea salt in your water, talk to your water, bless your water.
Be gentle and kind with yourself, and whatever comes up through this, please don't judge yourselves. Please, if you can just put that judgment down, because that voice will be going off in your head. Speaks first, speaks loudest, and it's always lies. That first voice in that space.
Yep.
When things are coming up, you'll know the difference. If it's not coming from a place of pure love, that other voice, just acknowledge it and move on.
Yeah, acknowledge it.
But do not judge it. Do not believe it. Take a deep breath, reset.
Because love is everything.
Yes, right.
I know for myself, with when little voices and things come in or frustrations, obviously we are getting rid of things, so we have to feel it for it to come up and out, and it's a process. You might be in that process for weeks, or it might only be a minute. It's different for everyone. It might come in waves. We are doing the spiral of return, so it's almost like sometimes you'll know yourself if you're stuck on that record player repeat, but we still will repeat things, but the whole idea is it gets lighter and lighter and quicker and easier as we go about, and that is playing out multi-dimensionally all at once.
All at once. As
above, so below, as within, so without. But what you do have control of, or control is not the right word, but what you can focus on now is knowing the simplicity of that love is everything and the rest is not. So if it's not feeling like it's in love, if you're not feeling like you're not in love, just take a deep breath, take yourself somewhere where you can feel you can connect back into that, and then look at that, feel that thought or that emotion or whatever it is that's going on, and say, hey, I love you. It's okay. But guess what? We're coming home to love now. You're in charge of that. No one else is. Nothing else is.
That's right.
That's your sovereignty, standing in your power, and it's time to stand in our power. It's the only way to do it. The power of love.
Power of love.
I won't sing.
Go on.
No. no one wants to hear me sing. If I'm in channel mode, I'll tone, but I'm not going to sing. Well, there you go, channel mode. The more that we do this work, I feel like I'm in channel mode a lot more than normal. Than I used to be. Not normal, that's not even
a thing.
Being true to yourself, looking after yourself. And I know you guys know all this. We all know this. It's just another little reminder. But the Pleiadians are saying our bodies, our physical bodies, are going through a huge squeeze and purge at the moment. That's the word. And the only way to let this purge happen is to not feel like it's being squished. You have to open. You have to keep opening yourself. So when you go outside and you're doing rotations through your joints and breathing and letting yourself open, it releases the intensity. Otherwise, because everything's getting bottlenecked, it's coming up from down below you in your shadow self, in your animus, in all of these past lives, and
They're all happening in this
through,
one moment.
it's happening genetically.
There's such a bleed through because the veils are so thin at the moment.
Aren't they?
Yeah, but that's the time. This is the time.
Yeah. It's the time.
It's
Isn't
the
it
time.
Isn't it exciting? I get so excited.
And sunshine, as much sunshine as you can get at the moment too.
Yeah, sun's good.
Sun is good when it's out, but it's really, really important right now as well.
Yeah. We'll just I'm gonna just take a few deep breaths and see if there's anything else that these 5 Pleiadians are just so close. So there they are, they're showing me now, they're talking about the back of the head and the causal chakra there, and how we need to have high alert protection for ourselves for this area at the back. So when you feel it opening your heart, if you can feel energy come out your back from your central pillar of pure love and light, and take that in a looping arc out the back of the heart and into the back of your head. If you need to take up that space, because that space is what gets hijacked a lot through the back of the head. So you want the energy to be pure from the heart, looping out the back and through the back and into the back of the head. It's a really important visual breathing that you can do, just breathing into the heart. We'll do it now. And then feel it go out, and then breathe out. As you breathe out, bring it into the back of the head and through the third eye. And we're going to do a simple loop, and we're going to take it back to the heart. Often I do figure eights, but they're showing as just a full arc into the heart, out the back of the heart, into the back of the head, out the front of the head. That's it. You're going to get that motion happening. Into the heart, out the front of the head. Breathe into the heart, out the back. Into the back of the head, out the front of the head. You may even begin to feel and hear that gentle whooshing. And that can get bigger and bigger and bigger if you want, and you can keep repeating that, not only from the heart to the back of the head, but through the heart you can repeat it into any chakra system, and you'll get this cycling energy going through. It is it's a battery, an energy battery that will help to uplift your tiredness and your exhaustion. It's opening the stream of source from the soul seed that lives deep inside at the bottom of your heart. It creates like a battery housing for the body. And if you can just start with the heart, out the back of the heart, through the head, that's a good loop to start with. It also creates a field of protection, and there's a lot of golden light with this energy. It's almost like you'll end up cocooning yourself in a golden light. Yeah, that's what they wanted to share.
That's it.
I think they're going to let me go now. Is there anything else you think we need to talk about, or any other questions?
No, I just keep hearing the word compassion, and that keeps coming back. I think when I was discussing that judgment, and when we talk about coming back into the heart. And sometimes it's really, really hard to just go back into that love. And I've always called compassion the gateway drug to the heart.
That's a good
You know what I
drug.
mean? And if, and even because I think it's easier to feel compassion if you can't get into your heart first, because you think about, it's just much easier to have compassion for other people or certain situations or something. Oh yeah, I can have compassion for what that person's going through. And I always, compassion has always been to me, and been shown so many times from Brother Jay, is like the gateway drug to the heart. So if you can start with compassion, if finding that heart space sometimes get a bit tricky, and it does when we're in our triggers or when we're in our fear. So
Quiet time.
compassion,
helps.
compassion, and that helps with the self-nurturance as well. Self-care is just have compassion. Yeah. Sometimes a bit hard to just say,
I know.
I love myself, but just have some compassion for yourself, like you would.
Yeah, or be gentle or kind to yourself. There's other words in that. And you know what I'm hearing now? It's like, take yourself off the hook.
Yeah.
Now, before we did this transmission, we were both talking about our fathers,
We
weren't
were.
Which was very interesting, and how they were mirroring to us how hard they can be on themselves. That hard. And humanity, wow. If you have trouble having compassion for yourself in one moment, just have a think of the big picture of all the wars and all the hardships that humanity has been through. Maybe you need to start with compassion there, and they go, hey, hang on a minute, I'm a part of that. Oh, I've had a part of that. And I have the genetics of my father and my mother and their fathers and mothers running through me. And then there's like a roundabout way of getting that compassion back to yourself.
That's right.
And then you can have a go at doing that breathing and that looping thing and kind of cocooning yourself. It's all about generating the pure truth inside us. And that is what's happening anyway. We're getting supported by nature, and it's even in the solar system. It's through this.
Even inside.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. So the alarm bell, the awakening, we are in it. There's no escaping it.
Absolutely.
The more you escape it, the harder it's going to be. But the more you take those little baby steps every day, checking in with yourself, having quiet time, breathing, compassion.
Listen to the whispers so you don't have to hear the screams.
Yeah, it's not fun when your body starts screaming at you and your soul's like, I can't get through, so I'm gonna sometimes it might be just a little bump of the toe, or sometimes you gotta take note of those, otherwise you'll end up with something bigger. And you don't want that.
No.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know I can't tell you what you want, whatever you want. You want what you want. Just mind your mind, because we are so powerful, and every vibration, everything you think and feel creates your frequency and your vibration. And if you are at a certain frequency or vibration, you are just going to create more hardship.
You'll attract
and you'll attract that. But we've already done that, so it's time to awaken. That's what this is about. That's what the Remembrance Temple is about.
That's exactly.
Remembering who we are, we awaken, we keep awakening, and the more we awaken, we're like, those aha moments.
That's right, and the multidimensionality of us, that's, it's not just us right here, right now. We're off doing all sorts of other things, with the whole construct of time, being everything's happening in the one moment.
Multidimensional,
because we're in this even sector of space at the moment where the light is at a high vibration. It can be mapped by science. So that veil is even thinner. So there's this more of a bleed through that's coming up for us to purge through all of those experiences. So sometimes you might think, why am I triggered, or why am I in reaction right now? It could have absolutely nothing to do with what your conscious memory holds. It could be something through with that bleed through. So that's where it comes back into just coming back to that place of remembrance, the beauty, the divinity, the sacredness of you, right?
inside us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the good news is, and this is what Sophia has always said, but through the vibration, that Sophia energy, Mother Mary, when I was a little girl, used to always sit on my bed and help me. And it was quite a few years ago. I remember I channeled Mary at a retreat. It's quite a few years ago now. He was just so beautiful. And she has always said to me, and this is something that has really stuck and helped me, there's two things. First thing is, I am well. It is a beautiful day. The simplicity of saying that over and over. I am well. It is a beautiful day. I say that all the time, and the power in that is huge. And it's not just saying it; it's becoming that. I am well. It is a beautiful day. And the other thing, and this has come more from me and my higher soul and my remembrance of beings that I am in higher dimensions or more awakened, is, hey, the good news is it's all good.
It's all good.
All good. The truth is it's all good. So if you can remember that it's all good all the time, you just keep reminding yourself of that, you have a little chuckle, even though you might be like in a state of over the toilet vomiting your guts out or something full on is happening, you just like have a chuckle and go, hey, the good news is it's all good.
It's making me laugh because I used to do that all the time, particularly because Course in Miracles is a big part of my life, and it was like, God is good all the time. God is good. And I'd be screaming like a banshee in my complete victimhood. I'm chanting this whole God is good all the time, you know. Yeah, so you just talking about that channel through that just, reminded me, and I haven't done that for such a long time.
The good news is it's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, until next time.
Until next time.
Lots of love, everyone. Mwah.